Good morning, and welcome to another First Five. I'm Pastor Chase, and something that it doesn't take long at all to get to know about me is that I'm a pretty big Michigan State Spartan fan, specifically Spartan basketball. Now, don't let that discredit what I'm about to say because we're allowed to disagree on things like that. And so, the reason I bring that up is because I'm the kind of guy that I'm like, I really don't want to watch Michigan State basketball games with people I'm not comfortable with because of the way that I react. I'm not vulgar or anything, but I am loud and obnoxious. I'm the kind of guy that when there's a big dunk or a big play, I'm like jumping up and down and whatever. Also the kind of guy that when a game is close, I really struggle to stay in my seat. I want to stand up. I end up getting too close to TV. That's the kind of fan that I am. So I'm always yelling and upset and have all sorts of things that I'm sure I think I would coach better. The reason I bring that up is because as a fan of the Michigan State Spartans, I react semi-involuntary to certain things that happen. This week we're talking about celebration, and celebration should be involuntary. It should be something that is a reflex, something that because we saw something worth celebrating, we just do it. When there's a big play in a sporting event, we just celebrate. Fans cheer. In Luke chapter 19, we find a bunch of people that say what we've seen is worth celebrating. So starting in Luke 19, verse 35, it says, they brought it to Jesus, it being a colt. They had gone and got a colt, and they threw their cloaks on the colt and put Jesus on it. As he went along, people spread their cloaks on the road. When he came near the place where the road goes down the Mount of Olives, the whole crowd of disciples began joyfully to praise God in loud voices for all the miracles they had seen. Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest. Some of the Pharisees in the crowd said to Jesus, Teacher, rebuke your disciples. I tell you, he replied, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. A couple details are super important. The first is that the crowd of disciples began joyfully to praise God in loud voices for all the miracles they had seen. They had seen something worth celebrating. We, as followers of Christ, have seen something worth celebrating. That's why we've devoted our lives to Him. That's why we say, God, we're so thankful for our salvation, because it's the biggest deal in our whole life, and it's worth celebrating. But then at the end, as the Pharisees are like, Jesus, calm everybody down. Get the party to stop, right? They really wanted Jesus to crash the party. He says, I tell you, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. I read that verse, and I think if as cool as it would be to see stones cry out in celebration, I would be embarrassed, because what that means is that I, out of whatever reason, pride, shame, embarrassment, if the reason the stones would cry out is because you and I didn't celebrate what's worth celebrating. Our God is so miraculous. The gift He's given us is so huge that we should celebrate as a reflex. It should be our natural reaction. It should be like seeing a big dunk in a basketball game. You should stand up and cheer when you see God move, because it, above all things, is worth celebrating. I hope this week you find something to celebrate and you praise God for it, because He's worth celebrating. Have a great day.